Hi everybody, I really wanted to make a video about my denture journey, and really just a journey about my overall, I guess my teeth journey and my fears and everything that I've gone through over the past, most of my life with regards to dental fears and dental problems that I've had. The first video I'm going to make here is just a little bit about where I'm at just now, and then over the coming weeks I'll tell you guys a little bit more about where I've come from and how I got to the point that I'm at just now, and I'll kind of fill gaps along the way as well. So as you can see just by looking at this video just now, I really don't have great teeth. I don't have a lot left on the top, as you can see, but I do have some decent front teeth left at the bottom, thankfully, and they're all pretty healthy and pretty good, thankfully. So a little bit of a background: I started my denture journey about 6 years ago, just before I got married. I had a lot more teeth in my mouth. I only had one gap, which was this one here, and I wanted to have a really nice smile for my wedding and for my wife to be. I've always been a little bit embarrassed with regards to my teeth when it comes to my partner. She has what I would consider to be the perfect Hollywood smile, which makes it more embarrassing for me as well. So at that point I decided, right, I'll get a denture and I'll be able to smile on my wedding day. Now, I've had a dental fear going back pretty much as far as I remember, so my teeth have never been great. Although I do think even if I had been going to the dentist, I would still have had problems. I don't have the best teeth. They wouldn't be as bad as they are now, but I think I would have still had a lot of issues. But by the time I decided to go and get my first denture, which was going to be my partial for this, my teeth were starting to get pretty bad. The dentist managed to patch up most of the teeth that I had at the top with fillings and whatnot, and I was giving a denture. So I'll show you the denture that I was given. This was my first partial. So there we go. So it was just this front tooth and a couple at the back there as well. Now, I'm going to be really honest, I hate this denture. I find it far too thick. It really gets my gag reflex going something crazy. Ultimately, I tried this denture for about 3 months, and the gag reflex was just so bad that I decided not to wear it for my wedding, and subsequently didn't really wear it afterwards either. The problem I had with this denture is I just found it to be too thick. So if you just have a look at the ridge there. Now, this is it's a standard NHS denture. This is kind of how thick your denture would normally be, but my gag reflex is so sensitive that it just didn't work for me. So it came out my mouth, and yeah, I didn't have another dentist visit for probably about another 2 years after I got this denture. Every dental experience I had wasn't particularly positive. The dentist that made this denture wasn't too keen on trying to make it a little bit more comfortable and shaving it enough so that the gag reflex would go away. The issue with NHS dentures, obviously, is that NHS dentists do not make any money on dentures. By the time the cost of the lab comes out, there's very little left. So to be constantly doing refits or trying to shave bits off, it's not really in the dentist's best interests from a financial point of view. So I unfortunately picked a really bad dentist who had no real interest in fixing it for me afterwards. So like I said, I had another appointment about 2 years later. I'd moved house at this point, so I chose another dentist. I had toothache again at the back. The dentist that I went to see removed 2 teeth, which was great. Didn't really feel anything. However, 24 hours after I was at the dentist, I came down with a really bad infection that knocked me for 6, probably for about 3 or 4 weeks. And when I kind of went and spoke to my doctor about it, the doctor figured that it was most likely to do with the extractions that I had. So this obviously did not help with my fear of dentists. So I had another 2 years before I went to see a dentist again. At that point, I had a hole in the middle of my front teeth. I got a really basic temporary filling for that hole. That temporary filling thankfully lasted me for about 1.5 years before it fell out, and the hole in the front of my teeth gradually got bigger. About 1 year ago, I still didn't want to go to the dentist, was still petrified. I was concerned about the cost of getting my teeth fixed as well. So I was looking for remedies online as to how to fix holes in teeth, how to make my teeth a little bit more attractive, aesthetically pleasing, I suppose, and not to look as bad as they did and as they do at the moment. I tried a few things, from putties and clays and things that fill holes, and I stumbled upon plastic pellets to fill my gap in the middle of my front teeth, and I'll show you what I mean. So as you can see, in my front teeth, I have a plastic pellet which you boil in boiling water and shape it to the hole in your mouth. And it's good. If you have a fear of dentists, you don't want to go, they're pretty good. They don't fall out. You can eat with them in. Obviously, I think it depends on the type of hole that you're filling. If you're filling one at the front, yeah, it's pretty good. The only issue I have with it is soon you start eating foods that have got colours in them, particularly things like curries, they start to yellow really, really quickly, and it's not a regular yellow colour, it's a luminous yellow. You would light up a room in the dark. It goes that bright. So you have to continually do it every couple of weeks. At the beginning of this year, I got the courage to eventually go to the dentist again. I thought, right, this is a year I'm going to get my teeth fixed. I'm going to be able to smile again. I'm not going to be embarrassed and ashamed around my wife and my child as well. I think becoming a father has really pushed me to improve my appearance, and not just, as I drop my denture, and not just with regards to my teeth, just my overall appearance, my weight, my skin, my hair, everything. Having a child's kind of wanted me to be a better version of myself. But I went to the dentist. Like I said, have a real fear. I'm always ashamed at my first appointment with the new dentist. Partly because I don't want the dentist to tell me off for being lazy and whatnot with my teeth. But secondly, I don't. Maybe it's a real man thing. I hate it when the dental nurse sees my mouth, because the dental nurses are usually young, attractive, young ladies. Now I'm married, so obviously, but it's still not great for people to see my teeth as they are. So the appointment that I made with my local dentist back in the beginning of January, I went in and I said, listen, I don't want you to look at my mouth today. I just want to talk to you. I want to tell you a little bit about my dental history, my dental fears, and what I'm hoping to achieve from these appointments. And I think it's really important to pick a dentist that you're comfortable with, a dentist that you trust, and a dentist that puts together a plan with you that you're comfortable with and you don't have any fears about, I suppose. My dentist put my mind at rest straight away. He did look at my mouth that day, but literally just looked. There was no tools, there was nothing put in my mouth. He looked at it for about 60 seconds, and within that 60 seconds, he was able to tell me kind of roughly what we would be looking to do. Now that, for me, was going to be 12 extractions across my tops, mainly at this side. I didn't have any left at this side from previous extractions, and my bottom backs. So the front bottom ones, they're all okay, but my backs are all, they weren't great. So 12 extractions to be followed by a full upper set of dentures. Now, one of my concerns about getting dentures was I didn't want to have a period of not having any teeth. Again, I didn't really want my wife, family, friends, children's nursery teachers to see me without any teeth. It's maybe silly, manly pride, but I didn't really want that. So put a plan together that we would extract all the teeth over a period of probably a couple of weeks, and then start the process of fitting me for my denture, whilst leaving these 4 teeth at the front so that I had something, and these 4 teeth would then come out on my extraction day and my denture fitting day. So I had that appointment on a Monday, and just the nature of who I am, I wanted to get everything done as quickly as I could. So I booked an appointment for the following day, Tuesday, and we started the process of extracting my teeth. On the Tuesday, I had 6 teeth extracted, the bottom backs here, and 3 at the back of this side as well. So yeah, 6 teeth that day. In terms of the pain that I had, the worst part of that process that day was without a doubt the anaesthetic jag that you get prior to any sort of extractions. That's always sore, but not in that horrible dentist kind of sore, just in somebody's just stuck a needle in your mouth kind of sore. Once I had that injection, I'll be really honest with you, I felt nothing other than the occasional prod, but it was more pressure. There was no pain, it was just the pressure of the dentist pushing and pulling to get the remainder of what were pretty rotten teeth out of my mouth. Even in the kind of days after those 6 were removed, I didn't really have a lot of pain. I kind of managed it with some paracetamol and some ibuprofen, but yeah, it was a good experience as far as extractions go. I see a lot online about people kind of getting knocked out for their extractions, and I think if I had not found a dentist I was wholly comfortable with, I'd have probably gone down that road myself. But having not gone down that road, I'm glad I didn't, because like I said, I didn't really feel anything at all. So that was on the Tuesday. I then made my next appointment for the Friday. So at this point I had an appointment on the Monday, appointment on the Tuesday, and another one again on the Friday. The Friday was more extractions, cleaning up this side, can't remember up or down, and making my first impressions for my denture. We also started having the chat about what kind of denture that I was going to go for. So with regards to the denture that I decided to go for, we had a few options. Obviously I could have gone Nhs, which would have been this one again, made with the kind of, it's not cheap acrylic, it's just not great acrylic. It's thick, and it's thick because it has to stay strong so that your teeth and your dentures don't crack. So that was an option. And for the upper denture here in Scotland, that would have cost me £98.70, I think it was. So not a bad price for a denture. I know the price varies depending on where you live in the UK. I think the way the dental plans work for the NHS in England and Wales is a little bit different to how it is in Scotland. In Scotland, we do it by individual. Excuse me. In Scotland, we do it by individual treatments, up to a maximum, which I think is about £360. It's the most you can get charged in any treatment in Scotland. So the plan you put in place with your dentist before you start, that cannot come to more than £360, or thereabouts. That figure might be slightly different, but only by pennies. So £98.70 was going to be the cost of the actual NHS denture. Now, NHS denture does the job. It's strong, but you don't get a lot of options with it in terms of picking your shades, how real your teeth look, and the acrylic is thick and most definitely would have caused me to have a severe gag reflex again, and my fear with that would be not being able to wear them and ending up walking about with no teeth. The other options it gave me were a private acrylic. The private acrylic was going to be £350. With that private acrylic, it's a much stronger acrylic that they use. Because it's stronger, they can make it slightly thinner, not much, but slightly thinner, and you have a better option with regards to shading of the teeth and the realism of how they can make the gum part look as well. The other option that he gave me was a chrome denture. I'd never really heard of this before. I'd seen it with partial dentures, but I'd never really heard of it with regards to a full upper denture. The chrome denture would be about a quarter of the thickness of the acrylic, and obviously significantly stronger. There are a few other benefits to having a chrome denture as well in terms of the lifespan of the denture. And some people say that having a chrome denture can reduce a little bit of the bone loss as well. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But for me, with the chrome denture, it was about how thin the chrome denture can be and how much you can tailor that particular denture as well in terms of just the way it looks, your colour of teeth, the gums, all that kind of stuff. So I decided to go with the private chrome denture, so £650, and that's on top of all the NHS extractions and the special tray that they take as well. So, sorry, I'm actually reading messages on my screen here as they're coming through. So yes, I chose the chrome one. So on that Friday appointment where I had another couple of removals, he did my first impression prior to those extractions. So those extractions came out on the Friday, and then we had a 3-week gap where I had no treatments. He wanted to give my gums as much time as possible to heal before he took what would be the master impression, which would go off to start the process of making my chrome plate. So 3 weeks went past. During those 3 weeks, I am doing my saltwater rinses, and my gums have been healing pretty well. I've not had any, in fact I've had no real pain. There's been no bone spurts. It's been overall a pretty good 3 weeks. I then had my next appointment just a week gone by there to have my master impression taken. So that was a week past Friday, and at that appointment I also had the opportunity to pick my shade as well. I found that really, it's a strange process, because when you look at all these teeth lined up, and I'll put some photographs onto this video as well so you can see, but when you see them lined up, they all have, none of them look bright white, so it's difficult to really say which ones will suit you best. I think you've just got to go with what you ideally had in your head for the kind of teeth that you want. My dentist recommended that I go for A2. Now the A shades are what they deem to be the natural shades. The A2 is pretty bright, it's pretty white. However, it does still have that kind of ebony, yellowy tinge to it to make it look real and not like a Hollywood bleached tooth. Now, I didn't listen to my dentist, and I decided I want a white smile, but I don't want it to be a Hollywood smile. So I went for an A1. There is also a B1, and the B1 is what the dentist would consider to be kind of bleached and a bit more of a Hollywood white, which would look ridiculous in my mouth, having come from this. And my bottom teeth are not white, so I'll probably have to start the process of whitening what's left of my bottom teeth as well. But what we have next, we have in about 7 more days I go back in and I have my try-in. At the try-in, obviously at this point the chrome plate will have been made, and on that chrome plate will be my wax try-in teeth. So at that point I'll be able to see whether or not picking the A1s is just a little bit ridiculous, or whether I can work with it or not. I can see me changing that to an A2, but I wanted to see the A1s first before making that decision. So that's kind of where we're at in my denture process. In approximately a week or so, like I said, I'll go for the try-in, and then hopefully about 2 weeks after that I'll get my final denture. And what I'm going to do is on this channel now, I have another YouTube channel where I never reveal my face, called Let's Talk Tech, and all I do is commentate on technical stuff. So nobody's really ever seen my face, and I wasn't going to reveal how I look until I had my teeth fixed. But I decided I've not been able to find much on YouTube with regards to dentures, particularly here in the UK. There's lots of really good American content, but the American dental system and how things work over there in terms of how you get your dentures is very different. One of the main things is, in the US, you hear them talking all the time about having all their teeth extracted at the same time and then getting their immediate dentures. Now, we get immediate dentures here in the UK, but it's not in every case like it seems to be in the US. So yeah, I wanted to give something which is a little bit more, I guess, relevant to the UK, a little bit more relevant with regards to the NHS as well, because there's not a lot about NHS dental work on YouTube, so something a little bit different. I'm part of a couple of Facebook groups. I'll put the link to that down here as well. And over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to just talk a little bit more about my fears, why you shouldn't be embarrassed about who you are, about your teeth. If you're genuinely wanting to do something about it, I mean, that's amazing anyway. Once you've got your new dentures, nobody will know that you have them apart from yourself, and you'll look amazing. And it's taken me probably 10 years to realise that, and being part of groups and seeing what other people are going through. It's not just you. There's lots of us of all different ages. I'm 38. I thought that nobody my age would have all their teeth removed, or all their top teeth removed, and have no natural top teeth and be getting dentures, and I was mortified. And then I went online and I joined groups and I spoke to people, and you're not alone. It's not all of us are blessed with amazing, perfect teeth, but what we can do is do something about it, and we can still look amazing. So yeah, anyway, I've ravelled on here for ages, so I'm going to let you go, and there'll be lots more content posted in the coming weeks. I hope my journey helps other people Please do leave comments down here, and yeah, go do it. Be confident, be yourself, love yourself. I'm out.